First map forgotten, at least hopefully for Rare Adam. We're going to be seeing what Mirage has in store for us. It is 1-1 right now. As we enter the second map of the Grand Finals, Rare Adam with the one map advantage.
Well, the one map advantage gone, yeah. It's just deteriorated.
Indeed.
Forget about it. Pistol being set up, and smoke's over at that A bomb site. Kaze will call for rotates over, but they can't actually contest too heavily. They do have a flash lined up from CT, so Kaze wants to fight.
Kaze wanted to fight it. He's only good for one. Advin's the one coming up and cleaning up, at least trying to do so. Miss a whole lot of bullets out there. And with that, 9 and Blitz are trying to reconvene over to jungle instead. Find Mercury, get a quick kill. Mosea pathing forward, trying to get something, but it's really Jam Young who's come through to finish it off. Blitz still fragging and trying to re-peek back out. Keep the player in triple under lock and key. Grenade over. They're hopping all over the place. Mosea's just managed to movement and finesse his way up to his stairs, and somehow that chaos ends up in favor of Rare Adam.
Yeah, this round was kind of all over the place. The initial plan from IHC getting disrupted by the double CT setup with the flash as well that Rare Adam had planned. So they tried jumping through it and rerouting through to B, but they just couldn't find the kills fast enough. The con rotate was too disruptive. But it's already an improvement. Away from no rounds to immediately picking up the pistol. Rare Adam in an advantage, and with IHC not investing anything into the second round as well, they're already feeling a lot better. Whatever was ailing them was an ailment. I feel like I'm not English very well there.
It's okay. And having that issue.
They've gone over the sickness.
They have healed. Jam Young. Inching closer, Mosea's got a grenade as well. This should just be some chunky utility damage if he gets the chance to throw it. No players with armor either. Gonna keep on dueling away. Jam Young is hoping for some money. Wouldn't hate it if they just let him get these kills, and that's exactly what they were trying to do. Mosea still seals away one of them.
Alright, let's jump in straight into our rifle round. No dramas here for Rare Adam whatsoever against the pistols. See if IHC can construct a more successful T-side half than the map since prior. Didn't really get to see too much of their T-side because we were out of the map very quickly.
They have no utility. Mercury is going to try and make his way back over to connector and get aggressive from behind it with the Famas, but already a fast swing from Techno might not be expected in the short play. He's already all the way up ladder room. They're not going to have any idea of this. Kaze is keeping an eye out, but with the grenade, he actually ends up maybe doing Techno a favor. Don't know if he meant to open that or not, but Jam Young is gone in the meanwhile. A drop down as well, and Techno trying to come through on the trade. He's found a player with a grenade in his hand, and the Molotov might be able to clean it, but Mercury gets away in time.
Yeah, Techno took a ding from his teammate as well while he was trying to back off, but A play in. Look how low all these Rare Adam players are. Mercury already dealt with. Mosea and Kaze all that remain, but Kaze's picked one off just as they're trying to get a bit more room in towards that site. Bomb is still dropped in T-spawn, so they would have had to wait quite a long time for Techno to route round. Now all about reading this correctly here on the side of Rare Adam, because IHC could have technically gone over towards that B-bomb side as well. All the extra time that's being bought here, it leaves Rare Adam somewhat unaware.
Mine's also covering off CT, but they've got enough flashbangs to be able to force him off the position should they want to. He re-peeks back over, and now both Kaze and Mosea are low as can be. Techno is also in the health-averse gang right now. Wait for the peaks to come through. Ooh, so dangerous. Cheats past the Molotov as well. Flashbang through won't make a difference. They're still having the cross covered by Blitz, and with Techno distracting them, Blitz can just have a freebie. No way for Kaze to bring this one back, and as he peeks forward, IHC will inaugurate themselves with the first. Some very interesting plays coming up from IHC. I don't know how they get Techno there so fast, and then he stays alive throughout the round.
Yeah, I mean, really well done from the pair of them. The fact that Blitz is so adamant on holding that cross for him, but the fact as well that Techno's not even jiggling, not even fancying or interested in any of the... Yeah, he's not interested in any of those fights towards the tail end of things, even though both those players are low. Just shows the discipline from IHC as well in the post plant. Something that Rare Adam were kind of struggling with on their T side. They frequently lost numbers advantages, kept on fighting. A lot of damage done onto IHC at the start of this round. Cabal and Score already within an inch of their life. Catching too many nades.
Good nades.
Yeah.
I do also like what they did in the previous round with the lurk over towards the B-bomb site, just finding and picking up Jamyang, because they knew that the short player would be isolated while they're watching out for Techno, who'd obviously gotten into CPL laterally. Now, looks to be another late A hit. This one might become slightly trickier though. Kaze is nearby with the AWP. That smoke should be there till about that 40-second mark as well. So not the worst of times to be hitting, but with 3 players as low as they are, this is going to need some good headshots coming through, and none of them so far striking. Kaze and Advent find the double.
Smoke fading A ramp, and Techno trying to take advantage of the AWP shot missed, but it was just a spam and one that baits him into the arms of Advent. Yeah, don't imagine Cabal and Score are even fancying their chances in a round like this. The buy next round, even if they save these rifles, will be a little awkward.
I think they might be on a couple of ecos anyway, regardless though. So maybe just buying into it makes more sense. Because Techno and Blitz, hell, even if Cabal dies over here, they won't be able to buy in the next round regardless, so sort of makes sense.
It'll be
You've
like
got
if
enough
you
for
bought...
3 rifles and 2 Tech 9s plus utility.
Yeah, it would be like if you bought a couple of Hero AKs, but maybe you get like 1 more rifle this way. I don't think it changes too much about the buy, but you see the full commitment now from IHC. Only on the second round loss bonus, so double save would be needed regardless. You were correct. I do like that Rare Adam are so adamant on fighting sort of mid-floor and actually wanting to challenge IHC if they try and go for the early timing out mid.
Yeah.
A couple of times IHC have to grab it, scare Rare Adam off, but they know that the buy is somewhat weakened, so fancying their chances a bit more.
Gotta be careful that you don't end up misreading this buy to be purely deagle. So obviously Cabal is the only one who's made noise so far with his weapon, and that is a deagle.
I mean, they'll know that they saved 2 rifles over as well.
You're right, you're right, you're right. I'm kind of dumb sometimes.
You're fine.
I'll be honest.
Group up at B, though. IHC hoping to burst out, but they've got a flash lined up on here on Rare Adam.
That one's used up. That might be the cue, though. Suddenly, becomes a little bit more difficult to hold that B-bomb site. Jamyang's got to be careful about this jump spotting that he's going for, but Score being found out is big. Blitz as well, expected, but expectations be damned, he's going to get that kill anyway.
Yeah, Jamyang just hiding away as well. Both these deagles into the apartments. They're hoping these players can wrap up short and converge on this B site, but Rare Adam already rotating heavy over. There's 3 players here.
Jamyang misses out the first opportunity, reveals his position, and now the Eagles are swinging on to him. 9 has been covered off by Mosea instead, and Jamyang will not be found. Drops the bomb in his own court. Cabal barely gets it before retreating, and Blitz doesn't realize, but Advent is right around the corner. Blitz is so damn aware. How dare I say he doesn't realize?
Yeah, Advent tried to hide away as well to find the perfect timing, and then Blitz was already honed in on him.
Is he saving?
Yep, seems to be. 2 rounds in a row where someone saved, and this will be the 3rd rifle save from IHC so far on this T side, but you don't get money. So
this makes it tricky to buy later.
Yeah, what we'll probably see is no one buy alongside Blitz here, and then they'll buy 4 rifles. Maybe somebody will drop Blitz their rifle instead. If he saves this round, it will be a bit questionable, but...
I don't like the deagle from Techno.
Yeah, most people, I mean, even 9 buying down into 1800 as well is not ideal. It's going to be a real reliance on Blitz to perform in this round if they want any hope, considering the extra investments they've gone with as well here on IHC.
You really need a couple of kills to make this worth it. CT economy is still weak enough that you don't want to give it the cushion for the pushing, so, you know, don't let it get back up there. If you can find 2, maybe realistically 3 kills. Oh. Shot missed out from Kaze. Deagle's finding nothing. Kaze can re-peek and quickly regather himself. A boost on Blitz is unlikely to yield them much if Kaze doesn't back off, but he does. Despite that, they don't actually find the kill.
Yeah, had a real opportunity at it, and that was what they were waiting for that whole time. 9 just used as a stepping stool the entire round. Not even able to be rewarded for it. Yeah, no success.
Yeah, that one kill definitely isn't worth the investment that you put into the round.
Yeah, rest of the team can buy up, of course, going into the follow-up. See the max loss bonus now for IHC, so money's looking okay. Feel like they might be missing out on some small bits of utility, but aside from that, it shouldn't be that tragic. Couple extra flashes, maybe a nade or two missed out on. And Blitz actually is put onto the Mac 10. Thought somebody would make the sacrifice and swap that out for him, maybe even 9, just because, you know, 9 typically the AWPer.
A little bit of a disappointing performance so far from Techno and 9, though you have to point it out as well, especially after the first map that they had. Techno was looking particularly impressive. Obviously, T-side Mirage, very different role to trying to anchor the B side on an Ancient.
I feel like this grand final might be a story of upset expectations. Talked a lot about IHC's recent run on Mirage. Right now being dealt with quite easily by Rare Adam. All these force buys, half buys, no real successes. Barely getting any bomb plants down. One round that they did find the bomb plant, they also did win out, but real close.
Admin and Kaze pushing into A main might end up being a troublesome thing. Mosea, though, spots out an elbow. That's not one you want to contest, but maybe you do. Score peeks out. Mosea quickly just dunks on him. And now you've got a very split up T side. You've got the bomb still inching over towards the B bomb site. You've got a couple of players trying to go into A. In the meanwhile, Blitz is going to be found, and Mosea is the one to do the exploration. Now, as they're trying to make their way onto the B bomb site, 9 will find the first, so they realize there's a second player in short. Doesn't look like it. Indeed, Jam Young completely unexpected. And though the bomb's been planted, 9's got to fight his way out of here. There's another player in market, but he's low, so he doesn't feel safe trying to play for it. Techno will rotate over, but the bomb isn't planted for him. 9 needs to stay alive long enough for Techno to come over. He's still fighting it out, doing it all on his own. 9 doesn't need anything. The ace to come through, clutches it out, second on the board for IHC. Call him the question and he will answer.
Wow. Yeah, I wasn't expecting 9 to have such an explosive performance. Had so many critical kills he needed to find because he was so isolated. And he gets every single one. Doesn't need the headshots, just instead going for center mass. I mean, very well played from 9. Called him out as mainly the AWPer. Why is Blitz not finding or swapping the weapons out? But ask and you shall receive.
Oh, fast play out to A. Clearing out underbounds quickly, but players on the bomb site, what you gotta worry about. Admin traded, but is it too late? He's already got the double. Mercury been covered off by Kaze, and now Mosea can strike in as fast as they get it. That's how fast they lose it. IHC right back on the back foot.
Yeah, I tried to mix up the pace there on IHC, but Rare Adam having these 2 players within the site, and as well Kaze rotating quick jungle, just couldn't get the kills quite quick enough. Spacing felt like it was a bit off as well there from IHC. Just couldn't find this quick trade on the default player. Had to rely on the Palace presence. Wow, setting up for it once again here on IHC, but this time with pistols. First kill in is easy, and all these counter flashes here from Rare Adam. Adam's found himself into the sandwich, and Cabal goes out to clear it, but not without losing his life for his troubles. IHC have been staggered out by all this util.
Gotta say, Kaze has just been an absolute monster so far. Talked about how he could maybe take over Mirage as an AWPer. He is doing just that. Maybe it's his turn to get an ace. Mercury will not let him have that, though. He's really taking over the game. Honestly, the kind of pressure he's exerting, the kind of control he's locking in, IHC are not able to respond to Kaze.
Yeah, and it's like when we were looking at him on the T side of Ancient, he was finding a lot of these kills sort of like at the end of rounds, or maybe he was just finding a sort of mid-round pick, but it didn't actually lead to any successes here for Rare Adam. He's kind of everywhere, and he's finding a lot of these opening duels, still finding these doubles or triple kills that are happening in the mid-round as well. Far more flexible. Well, opening kill here for IHC. Mercury tried to push underpass, got mollied out, then naded to high health. Had no escape. They had firm mid control there from IHC and not enough rare Adam players there to keep him alive. There's enough players in the server to have allowed for that, actually. This is where I feel like IHC can be at their most lethal. Early entry, slow things down.
Let blitz work as magic, yeah.
Yeah, they're very good at sort of pushing you to the wrong side of the map. So, I mean, that might be mitigated, the fact that Advent's actually got forward A ramp control.
Yeah. That's where I was going to take it. Gotta say, Advent's been having some really important rounds so far. You know, the double he had earlier, but even right now, the amount of information he has. Rare Adam look angled for a save if this ends up being a B-side hit. The problem's going to be 9 stopping rotations more than anything else. And as smoke is coming over, mollies go out. Mosea has one chance to try and save the day, try and rule the world, but a swing from 8 side, and the AWP will miss the shot. Score gets it done, and you've got no options any longer. You have to save.
Yeah, this felt very curious from Rare Adam because it felt like they were so ready for any sort of an A-side play, in spite of the fact that they had this forward ramp pressure, and there was a top con smoke as well thrown from middle. Felt like all the tells were there that IHC were going to converge on that B bomb site, but nobody wanted to get caught in transition. They wanted to save to some degree, which means they just left Mosea out to dry. And they're losing these AWPs as well for the CT side. A little curious.
Oh, no. They're not even going to be able to save. This is always the worst case scenario when you're in a 4 and 5 and you stack on the other side. If you end up being hunted down afterwards, because one of the problems in... one of the problems if you're playing a 4v5 and you're a 4th player who's playing quote-unquote anchor is that deeply committed, is that the bomb plant leaves so much time for the hunt. Well, in comparison, if you're quote-unquote anchor players may be playing a slightly more defensive position, etc., or significantly more aggressive position, you have to clear out a lot more angles. You have to be careful about some pushes, some retakes potentially coming through, but combined his position with where 9 was, they were always going to have all the time in the world.
Yeah, it secures a greater area of defense. Well, that round felt like it wasn't quite what Rare Adam had been doing most of the CT side half. They've been very dynamic, very fast about how they move around the map. But when it came to losing that opening man, they were very, very static once they sat themselves into a position. Let IHC dictate everything of how that last round played out. Still feeling okay. They're still in the lead, but their money is run dry. So if IHC win this one, there's likely another one where that came from.
Late mid-take, but Kaze has just been unstoppable. Finds a kill even when he's blind, backs off immediately, and sure, they've got some control over the connector, but Mosea's not giving that one up completely either. He's still playing from inside it. You can't go back in mid as a result, and now with 50 seconds left, where do you commit? Is it really going to be another 2-0-2 split? Surely not.
The player's not looking in the right direction. Advent finally spotting the palace pressure, but Mercury can't really help. Now ramp players come out here for IHC. Mercury actually pushing to get aggressive.
9 wants to clear out this close range angle, but Mercury knows that he's nearby. Got to be careful about the swing. Blitz peeks forward. Come on, buddy. You can't keep missing these shots. Mercury takes advantage, gets the triple. And Techno once again looks like might not be able to inaugurate the scoreboard.
So good, and such a risk being made there from Mercury to relocate out from Underbalk to take this fight out ramp. Had info from his teammate that they weren't committing out there on IHC, and he found the perfect timing to get up close and personal. As soon as he heard that scope, once he deals with the first player, it's all about just making sure that that AWP shot is a miss. Did a little jiggle and then swung out wide. A lot of crucial misses on the trades here for IHC, but Rare Adam's AWPs aren't missing a beat. That opening kill from Kaze, but it was Mercury that steals the show.
And I have to say, that's the second time we've seen the close angle not being cleared out. Initially, it was because we heard some spam going over from the AWP, so, you know, Blitz was trying to take advantage of everything. But when you've got a double swing coming in and AWP guarding CT, there's really no excuse to not clear out the close angles at this place. And look, Mercury does a really good job of taking advantage of it, don't get me wrong. But some worrying signs.
Yeah, it's also one of those positions that is actively designed to be hit by the lamp flash, which is used by a lot of pro teams just to make sure that they can clear out the close angles, but also partial blind the deep CT player or triple presence. And that was just distinctly lacking from IHC.
Oh, what a shot coming out from Mercury. Catches them out immediately. Scores demise is not one that can be easily compensated.
Double presence on the A-bomb side this time here for Rare Adam as well, so I hit some space, but Mercury swinging from stairs does so much damage. Nade might track billets down. Out of the corner just in time to keep himself alive. 9 inside the smoke, and he finds Mercury just by phasing it. So much damage on the short player, but found as well. A man advantage still held for Rare Adam, and this small little one-way for Advent as well.
Advent finds Techno inside the smoke. He's been having such a poor game so far, unable to find anything. He's got a 7 ADR in 11 rounds.
Yeah, it's been a real rough showing. Feels like someone's destined to go missing in the Rare Adam successes for IHC.
Not to mention, I actually think his ADR is going to get lower. I don't think ADR gets updated till the end of the round. Not 100% sure about that, though.
I know the player API, that is definitely the case, like when you're in server, but for spectators, I'm a little hesitant to confirm.
Well, this would be a miracle if they're able to pull it together. 103 HP across the two of them, and Blitz isn't holding too much of that split.
Yeah, I just don't feel like there's any way in. 15 seconds, bomb trying to make its way over into the site, and there's just no shot. Kaze looked at the clock, started to adjust to the lower side as well. If IHC were going to make any progress, that would be the way to pull it off. Blitz, his 3 HP gets him nowhere. Finds 1 kill on the exit, but Rare Adam are fine with that. Another round added to the tally.
Yikes.
Might as well look too hot for IHC to reinvest into this one either. So this is looking like a half buy. Probably double-digit scoreline here for Rare Adam.
I just saw Techno's ADR drop to 6.
So it does update at the end of the round. We get the answer to our question. Maybe it's a game of limbo, but with ADR.
I don't think anyone wants to win that. I'll be honest. So much control for Rare Adam. I mean, they've got players pushed outside of main. You still don't have anyone coming into mid from IHC. Even if there were, Rare Adam have a nice little crossfire being held between the short player and the connector / window player, depending on where they want to play from. Where do you go with this?
Well, they're relying on Techno with his AK, and the only place he could really go is up from where he is currently. Find some damage.
We saw his ADR going down.
Yeah. He can only go up from here. Major stonks in the rifle picked up by Techno.
Mosaic might be able to come in from behind, line them up, because they've got all the players coming up through connector. Nine's hoping to go for the late hit. You've got Advent covering off from CT as well as Kaze. Kaze's got utility still. Mosaic finds 9 in the backstab. No chances for him. Flashbang overhead. No one scaling up. Techno trying to use that AK with a flashbang in deep. He goes, but Kaze's covered him off completely. Nowhere but up, you say, but I just see him going down. Spam being lined up. Score to trade. Sure, bomb is planted, but is there anything you can do to defend it?
I'm going to say no. And Mercury helps secure that thought as well. Bomb being stuck. Blitz too far away. He will survive at his 6 kills, 9 deaths, but double digits here for Rare Adam. A little bit spooky, a little bit scary in certain places, but, I mean, what a great job from Mosaic. It's the patience he has in towards that ladder room, never feeling like he has to feel pressured in that position, not over-swinging or over-facing. We've seen him win some crucial duels, especially when IHC have been sort of hunting for an additional frag to move into a bomb site with. Mosaic hasn't really faltered. He's on 3 deaths, so that's more testament to him keeping himself alive and active. Triple Palace here from IHC. They've got a whole lot of util, but Palace isn't a great place to throw utility from. If they were trying to burst out, could have really fallen victim to some of the early kills going the way of Rare Adam, but they'd actually run a pretty vacant A side at the start of this round, playing double con side. Really felt like they wanted to fight for mid control later into this round. If I actually tried to take this area of the map a little later on the schedule as well, might be in for a nasty surprise.
Oh.
Small part of the surprise revealed. A balloon spotted.
Indeed. Also shot at. They're winding down the clock, but Rare Adam will not use their util. They don't see any need to. Look at this. Mercury just contests, and he's traded by a Molotov, but it gives up all the information. Mosea is trying to line him up. 9 with the entry gives him a chance over here. Kaze finds one through the smoke regardless, and Jamyang holding on for dear life, but dear life won't hold on for him. Advent's found space, so onto the bomb side he goes. Fast rotation, but it's covered by Score, and Kaze making his way over. Makes it a one-on-one. He's been unstoppable so far. 20 and 4 and an AK picked up. Kaze gets it done!
This man is where you need him to be each and every time. 21 and 4. I mean, you can see just how vehemently he is trying to hold on to any of these rounds here for Rare Adam. It comes so close. And as soon as he spots that shadow, it felt like it was game over. He's just so dialed in right now. He's been picture perfect on CT trades. Hitting all the shots on the AWP. Man can't do wrong right now. Flurry of kills to open up the last round of the half, and it's into a 3-on-3 very quickly. It's a brawl in at that A-bomb site, but it comes to a close. No one else from IHC willing to take those fights. They've got a creeping lurk from Cabal into that B site, and a Molotov that's deep into market that does reveal what the plan is here for IHC. Mosea, what a fight to win, and he's not even just going to stop there. He wanted to take more away from IHC. But they thought they had the B bomb site under wraps, a potential for the bomb to go down that direction. Now IHC have to make another call.
Look, if you can get to 4, you still have a chance, especially considering IHC has not been any slouches in the pistols. But that's a big if, especially with 9 having fallen. Score's position not revealed yet, but they do realize where he's likely to be. Kaze trying to jump up, will not realize Score's right around the corner, and as he oh my god, what a way to end the round, and a half with it. 23 and 4, a jumping shot on the M4, nothing you can do. Question is, can IHC put up a defense in the second half? We'll find out in just a bit. Stay tuned, we'll be back after a break. We're hoping that it isn't going to be a series of one-sided games swinging back and fro, but so far, Rare Adams have made it look pretty convincing in their court. Kaze, a stud, 23-4 at the end of the first half. Can he continue in the second, or will IHC finally fight back?
Especially after we just bigged up IHC and their recent track record on Mirage, everybody being impressed internationally, and their 6-0 streak, might all come crumbling down.
A-side hit coming in, and the setup from IHC is looking pretty good for dealing with this, but with 9 being the only one to frag, that's not going to be how you hold on to a bomb site. 9 traded out soon as well, and now suddenly a 4-on-2. No kits. None whatsoever. You were purely relying on fighting this one out, and cleaning out this 2v4 is going to be a tall order, and I don't think anyone's brought platforms.
Ooh, okay. Maybe he's wearing high heels instead. Scores around 2 kills right in the instance that he takes those peeks in CT. 2 players split up, though, in a crossfire that can be established. They can play so safe from these positions, but Score's trying to hunt them down. Doesn't really have the time to play with like this, and Kaze will hit the shot he needs to. Certainly a glimmer of hope there via Score, but... well, the reflections are in the server, 13-3. Rare Adam dominant on this second map in the series.
Sharp shooting from Score, but that's something we know him to be capable of. Unfortunately, it doesn't win out the round completely. It's not like Kaze, you know, where you're the opper, you've got all that mobility, all that control vested over Score. Is very much a late round player. Some late rounds are just inherently going to be impossible.
I give that guy a kid smoke and anything is feasible, but that's just living in a wonderland. Feels like this map is kind of inevitable. Rare Adam have been shooting better. They've been reading the map quite well as well. After winning the pistol and investing into it, IHC still not looking the hottest. Immediate entry on a round like this and identifying where Techno was last seen. Reinforcements is here for IHC at the very least, but they're swarming the site.
Well, Techno finds his first kill of the game at the very least, and he will be inside the smoke trying to run around to Ninja, Mercury to locate and eliminate. 4-on-3 still there, and Score can't really back off, needs to start hitting these shots with a scout. By the time he's going to retreat, the Molotov's already covered his spot to CT. And with this, a scout, a mag 7, not the best of combinations to try and retake a bomb site, especially one as wide as Mirage's A.
It's always mega depressing buying a shotgun and then having to switch to your pistol that you get given for free. I mean, he sees the distance of these fights, so he just realizes he can't really take any of them, and he ultimately uses the USP instead of the weapon he paid for.
And misses with the USP.
Yeah, I mean, didn't want to really highlight that part, but... there's been a lot of misses from IHC throughout this game, and another one from 9 as well. Rare Adam up to 14. It feels like these first halves are just a little too much to deal with from map 1 to map 2.
We might end up seeing 2 entire maps of Counter-Strike this way.
It's just kind of mental that we've had such one-sided games, especially considering, I mean, most of the time these guys play against each other, it is pretty close. You know, I think the most convincing scoreline we've seen is like a 16-8.
These are supposed to be the top, like 2 of the top 3 teams in Asia right now.
And they both play a pretty, like, drawn-out, methodical game.
Well, one way out for 9, going to try and play up from behind it. No one to be spotted out. Techno's actually starting to maybe put up some numbers. Jamyoung spotted out as well. The failed jump ends up working out in his favor. Maybe that was intentional.
Just grabbing the info that there was indeed one Palace, though he would have known that anyway. Aggro moves into the B apartments here for Cabal. He's got that Mag 7 still primed. Advent has been rather lurky on these D sides. Been pretty detached, has been sometimes spaced a little poorly for trades, at least what we pulled away from Ancient. So moving into this T side might still have some difficulties that have to be fixed here for Rare Adam, but right now at a 5-on-3, it's just so difficult to find any gaps. I'd see her doubling down and playing this sort of partnership. I think we noted on that previous map.
Maybe it's back to basics that can give them a chance to get back to the game. Smoke down to try and cover off for the cross. Fake it out. 9's going to be...
Missed the timing.
Ooh. they're not going to realize this at all. With 18 seconds, now the call's been made, Molly is down, and they've got to be careful, but 9 has been brought down. They're recovering. They are recovering somehow. It's the quality of Ancient which we were commending IHC for. No round impossible. And right now, it seems like it's improbable for IHC to bring it back.
They got so thrown off by that timing being missing in the connector. And this is a round that they could not afford to give up, couldn't afford to lose. They might just have to back off and save. That might be their only option, and they're denied even doing so at that. Okay, never mind. A delivery of an AK. Score will happily take that, but the rest of Rare Adam will make sure that they just secure this round. They're up to 15, where it felt like it was a guarantee that IHC get their fourth. That one timing gap being hit, you saw just immediately break down the A-side setup. The ticket player felt like he had to try and fight Con because the jungle player as well was taking all this contact, trying to take all this heat.
Man, I can't believe Rare Adam recovered that one.
Yeah, really, really great stuff. And the fact that they just played it slow as well, they never felt like there was no urgency to take all those kills. They just fall right into them. Another opening start here for 9.
Can they actually close this one out, though? That is the big question.
How does 9 have an AK and a Galil? I was a little confused by that. Killed one with a Galil and then has an AK near him.
I'm sure it was dropped by a teammate. Why would he hold on?
Oh, I'm curiouser and curiouser. I think he gave the AK over to a teammate.
Yeah.
But how did he grab it in the first place?
Michael.
Guy's got long arms.
Well, Advent ends up holding for now. Score passed him the AK saved from the previous round, by the way. That's why. Yeah. It's all right. It happens. Mosea, however, is discovering a couple of bullets lodged in his chest is a few too many. Rare Adam have got, once again, a tall order. Last time they were able to stand up on their tippy toes. I feel like this time their feet might have been chopped off already. 5-on-2, maybe, dare I say it, too much to ask for with the state that IHC is in, with the utility that they have as well.
Yeah, you're really reluctant to just call it closed, huh?
I really am.
Kaze a chance at killing the player on the flank, but yeah, 15 seconds, no real progress. Just grouping up in pals to help each other out on this save. They've got rounds to play with, it's fine.
Plenty of them.
Do IHC want to throw any of their guns at the problem? Answer, not really. They thought about it for a few moments, but they need to get their own economy stabilized. They can afford to lose some weapons going into some of these future rounds if they build up a buffer, but otherwise they might set themselves up into a pretty poor position if they win with like a 1v2 or a 2v2. Missing on some of that crucial utility that could just be so important in terms of bridging the gap. You don't want any caveats moving into these future rounds. 11 to play still.
Timer coming through. I am not sure if this is a technical or not, but it was a tactical. All right, fair enough. I'm hoping that we can see a little bit of aggression from IHC, to be honest, because obviously, you know, it's great to get some of these rounds on the board, but if we're being clear-cut about it, their chances of winning this map are very, very unlikely by comparison. I would just like to see them get that confidence back that, yes, we can take some duels early in. Admittedly, that can also come by winning some of these late rounds, but just a slight difference in philosophy, perhaps. Kaze, very much unstoppable earlier on, but well traded out this time over.
Trying to creep out. Player Palace has got a decent amount of progress, not really spawning anyone to jungle, no one's wanted for it. Techno just left out in the dust. Blitz does at least find the kill right back, and he holds things true over towards A. Mosea, last one spotted in towards Con, but down to just these 2 remaining here for IHC.
Oh, surely they don't believe that Mosea's dropped back down. He wasn't expecting Cabal. He wasn't expecting Cabal. They're still able to get away with it, but Blitz saves the day there like nothing else. First of all, starting off with the refrag on Akaze, but afterwards just making sure that Techno's misstep and being unable to find those kills is traded out completely. Blitz covers that entire area of the map off perfectly in those second refrag situations.
Yeah, and then he doesn't overswing as well. Like, gets confirmation where Mosea is and just wants to play with his teammate instead.
That's a real fragging IGL. You know he's an IGL when he does that.
Yeah, that's the kind of experience you want on a team like this.
Oh, Blitz. Well, some long-range shots will be exchanged. All good at the end of the day. Like I said, confidence does matter over here, and Score's going to be trying to assert it. Keeps on going, loses out a weapon, but they'll keep 3 alive, and it's all fine.
Just kept on crunching, one after another. IHC just kept on swinging because they know that they're on pistols. They know that they can likely outduel them at distance. Yeah, maybe a little too brazen in certain places. It's all well and good. Again, Rare Adam aren't going to feel too poor about how these rounds have played out. They've got more than enough wiggle room. Just got to start bleeding things closer and closer. He didn't spot them. Molly kept them hidden.
Don't spot him though. 9 misses out the shot regardless. Mercury trying to get onto the bomb site quickly, but Techno's covered off the first. Trade is good, but you got to keep in mind that Blitz has been completely covered off by a smoke, so they do have ground to cover on the A bomb site should they want to. They're waiting for Mosea to get a bit more, but Blitz is just somehow finding them, tracing them through the smokes. A one-way setup for Advent, but he doesn't realize that Techno's already moved past it into its one blind spot. Techno's going to be able to come around it and find the frag. As a result, now use the one-way, but Kaze expects it. The move read into, but his teammate's gone. Kaze has lost the round, even if he's more than won by heart.
Yeah, I mean, he's so close to getting up to 30 kills, and they have yet to close this map out. Maybe it was all just delay tactics to make sure that he could secure it. I mean, great stuff here from Techno. He's had a pretty poor game. Kind of noting on that T side, it was just struggling to find any real impact. Was so frequently found by the Kaze AWP or just getting instantly headshot. Now a very high impact moment. Certainly holding things down on that A site. Quick boost over to the apartments. This is real dangerous.
Good timing on it. They're trying to swing onto him. This is not an off, though. Might have misread it. Regardless, good kill. Grenade's going to keep them at bay for a while longer. Mercury swings out to his death. The M4 been dropped as well. Recovery impossible in the position that it's in. Advent will have it taken away immediately. It is cursed. Whoever will wield it shall suffer the fate of death. And Jam Young, well, he's been dishing out some fates himself.
Oh my goodness.
Good damage. M4 picked up.
So winnable.
Rotation maybe a little bit further away. Up. If it misses the shot, he's got a chance, but not quite. 9 will not risk it. Just goes for the old Western dually.
Oh my god, that round was so winnable, but they're from Jam Young. You can see how much respect they were giving him just on that P250 as well. Just knew exactly where those remaining CT players were, and if he got him on that first burst with the A1S, I have no doubt that Jam Young sends that one home. Wipe the sweat off your brow, IHC. Still more rounds to play. 7 needed to bring it to overtime, and Score opens up lovely with the AWP swing through mid. Ulpers have got so consistent in making that jump, and 9 even aggro in Palace as well, something that wasn't cleared here from Rare Adam. So both Ulps finding impact, but into this 3-on-3 as Mercury finds 2 right back. Flash is perfect, but Blitz's swing is well-timed.
Say, but that is sexy. There's nothing else to it. Blitz has been playing this A side as a second player to perfection. He's half the reason, maybe even more than that, why they've gotten so many rounds. But now he's down. Kaze has found him. He has punished the over-aggression. And the question is, are they going to be expecting the second player here?
This guy got a wish from a genie that he guarantees at least a kill a round.
Maybe pull out the AK Score.
Oh, no clue.
Oh, they're checking the wrong angle, but Score's still cut off. And they said, right, weak back and fight. Knew it. Spots out Kaze in the death cam as well, retreating. Now remember, Kaze's got the option to go back to B or straight to A, and he realizes it. Is he going mid?
Seems to be, and they're on a collision course.
I don't know if he'll read into this one. Might just clear the angle just to check Kaze. 2 kills so far. up on top of the catwalk. Cabal's repositioning might catch him off. Cabal, though, misses the timing. It's ship sailing in through the sea at night. Finally, Cabal has changed into a torpedo. Woo.
Oh, man. That really could have swung either way. Just the small, narrow timings being found. That small window of opportunity as well where Cabal wasn't looking up short. If Kaze had rounded that corner quick enough, it would have been a different story. Post-plant on B is so difficult. But now you start to get nervous here if you're Rare Adam. It's such a significant lead. You're ready to close this one out. You've been out at 15 for quite some time. And now IHC are just shy of double digits. It's still not exactly an easy path, and it's still not the most amount of urgency, but you're into this.
10 is where you get scared, though.
Yeah, you're stuck in this half buy pattern where almost you lose one round, it's sort of set up for two. And that's perfect amount of numbers for IHC. Kaze's up to 30, by the way.
Yeah. Considering he ended the first one on 23, though, you know?
It didn't take him much to get there. Well, you compare the IHC CT side and how liberal they are with their utility versus what Rare Adam were doing on theirs.
Blitz has got to win this duel. He puts himself in these positions where he's got no choice, but he still delivers. Techno's the one who's cut off, not expecting another player to have crept out top mid. Advent to give that space over. That smoke's got a massive gap in it on catwalk if they wanted to fake that one out for the cross, but it's covered off by this odd little half smoke. I don't know, man.
Yeah, not really a top con smoke.
Yeah.
3 players over at that A side. Techno was off short. They tried to make an adaptation to help him out, and it didn't work out. Cabal gone as well, trying to get something into the site.
He's not going to find much. Oh, Blitz still picks up 1. This guy's impact is unreasonably large. And Score's going to peek out. He's found the planter through the smoke. Interrupts, and that's it. No one from the CTs needs to aggress now. The ball is in the terrorist court, and are they going to do anything about it? 9. Excellent position to be holding for Jamyoung to peek into him. Jamyoung doesn't go for the full swing, and 9 might be having his time now. Score, another plant denied, and as he swings out from stairs, he's waiting for Blitz to be set up from behind. Time is running low, but Blitz will execute. What a masterfully played round from Blitz coming through time and time again.
Yeah, this guy got aggressive down middle, dropped down to look at it. 9 HP for the remainder of this round, and he's still able to find impact. The kill onto Mercury, and then finding this last swing as well on the trade in the 1v1. So mobile, so patient as well. Only barely above his teammates in frags, but yeah, he's had some really high impact moments.
This is the one round you need to be able to say, though. You cannot end up letting this get close like it was the last time over. Techno trying to cover off. Good frags to start things in, and it might just be 5 alive at the end of it. Sure, Techno's demise makes that impossible, but 4 is more than enough. 11 to 15 with 4 alive. IHC. Don't knock on that door of hope yet.
Yeah, I feel like at the moment, Techno's finding a little bit of shakiness in his confidence. You know, he's had a rough game overall. You could see as well the challenges he's taking. He's sort of double guessing. He's swinging first, not shooting, and then swinging afterwards, which doesn't feel like much of how Techno plays out in some of these rounds. Or at least isn't typical to how he usually plays. And to see him have that shaken confidence, you could see they're trying to find solutions. You know, he played Cat the round prior, where he got flanked out by the top mid presence, but that's because he's been struggling in terms of these opening duels over at that A bomb site. Very frequently it has been Blitz that's bailed out or found these trade kills right back. I think usually they can rely on Techno to get 1 or 2 kills very frequently.
Even so, the great thing that I do appreciate, despite that shaky confidence, etc., right, is that he's still continually putting himself in positions where even if he fails, Blitz will be able to refrag off of him. Blitz will be able to use that mobility effectively, and that's something you need to have in an anchor. You need to have that plan C, because let's be honest, plan B is gone and done with.
And
if nothing is working, set someone else up.
Yeah, and it's coupling like with a young and an old player as well.
Mercury, though, good start to things. It's a deagle underneath that he's got to be careful of. 9 cannot just get out of the situation. And a flashbang overhead. Spam it as well. Mercury's not going to stay alive there.
Do you reckon he's angry? I'd be angry.
I'd be mad. Advent, though. I don't think they've realized this. I don't think they've realized this. He's played this perfectly. Cabal doesn't know. 9 might end up being a freebie over here. 9 is still peeking forward. Slow walking in. Advent still not spotted. He's still not spotted. Now he reveals his position, trying to fight his way out of it. A shot being missed. A flashbang sent forward. And Cabal eliminates. He's been ratted out and Techno stayed alive long enough to land the dink on Jamyang. Bomb can be planted, but at least the retake is possible.
We saw a round like this on Ancient, and it didn't sell any ideas for IHC. This time, because the score is so much closer, IHC bit down on it, thought it was a B play, but they have found a kill right back. Still an advantage here for IHC, and they've got util to clear out some of these more tricky angles. Jamyang's not safe.
Yeah, not with that Molotov sailing over. He's even been tagged up. Still does 0 damage to him. What?
Just one tick.
Oh, now it's holding his way. Comes up planted for him. He finds the first kill, but now they know his position as well. Cabal's going to keep him at bay. Mosea's trying to swing out, but it's to no avail. 12-15. IHC are continuing this uphill climb.
And Rare Adam are trying to be tricky about it. They're trying to throw in a few more of these fakes. The fact that Mosea and Advent are there to sell them on the idea of a B-sided play. IHC were convinced that it was going to be that direction, but they kept the right amount of numbers up. The fact that Advent didn't get his 1 kill over at B as well made a massive difference.
Yeah. Speaking of massive difference, Kaze, massive difference in his form in these past few. He's still stuck on 30, and I know it sounds insane for me to say that, but it was 15-7 when he hit it. 15-12 now.
Struggling to find that so consistent impact he's had all game long. Especially now that IHC are clamping down, answering back.
Cry position for 9 to be holding. Oh, he misses out the shot though. Chance left by. Maybe it's Techno to recover. Thought he was lacking for a second.
Very confused about who's going to actually eventually swing into this, but nobody's fancying their chances. The fact that Techno even has this control as well is a massive benefit for IHC. You can see Kaze is a little nervous about progressing further as well, because he would have been in charge of either securing a path or there was the potential for the CTs to spot the bomb. Going over towards the B site now are Rare Adam, and Cabal tries to play up close. There is a smoke available here for the CTs.
They need to use it now. Oh, perfect timing. Grenade as well. They're trying to set up the bait and switch with the spam on top of everything. Cabal needs to find the frags. He knows it. Flashes going overhead. They're pushing out through it. Cabal's got 1. They can't make it 2. Score. Now in the back of the bomb side's been given some company in 9, who's trying to cover off the bomb before it makes its way in. Good little wallbang is going to keep Kaze honest, but Molotovs to the back of the side might make this difficult. Score. No difficulties finding the first, and 9 follows up. They're going to continue to fight, but Kaze now finally breaking blood once again, only to have it taken right back. IHC will continue this road back to 15.
They have won 10 rounds straight here for IHC. They opened up this half 12-3 down. Rare Adam 1 pistol won the first 3. They have been trapped at this dreadful 15 for far too long, and now IHC, now they've got to really be feeling that confidence. The setups that they're using have been working, the timings that they're using, their utility as well, so on point. They can't afford to falter, not even for a moment. That same level of concentration and focus cannot be pushed back.
It's not the call for the rush this time. No. Very successful on the entries. Surely this is not how they let slip. Smoke's on the way, can't do anything about the bomb plants. Molotov to force a player back over, and with the bomb down, everyone in position. Looks like things might be getting a little bit more difficult. 9 killed through the smoke. but they'll have to push regardless. No time to wait around. No flashes to try and prompt through. Shots not being landed either. Deep Molotov in to try and force him out of position. Mosea spotted out and covered off by the op. Will he be found? No. Mercury's just gonna keep on fragging. 4 for him, and right as they lose 10, Rare Adam will put